Hello. Welcome to my Public Policy and Administration playlist. My name is Dr. Dan Mason. I have a PhD in Public Policy and Administration. In this video, I will continue the series reviewing the issue of how the U.S. empire is crumbling before our eyes. Let us begin. Imperialism. What's that supposed to mean? What better source for a definition of imperialism than the Encyclopedia Britannica? That compendium of knowledge first printed in 1768 in the country that became the great empire of the 19th and first part of the 20th centuries? According to the encyclopedia, imperialism denotes state policy, practice, or advocacy of extending power and dominion, especially by direct territorial acquisition or by gaining political and economic control of other areas. Furthermore, imperialism always involves the use of power, whether military or economic or some subtler form. In other words, the word indicates a country's attempts to control and reap economic benefit from lands outside its borders. In that context, imperialism is an accurate description of the trajectory of U.S. history, starting with the country's expansion across North America, stealing territory and resources from Indian nations, and decimating their populations. The newly independent United States would quickly expand, beginning with the 1803 Louisiana Purchase from France. That deal, which effectively doubled its territory, included most of what would become the state of Louisiana, together with some or all of the present-day states of New Mexico, Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, Iowa, Nebraska, Wyoming, Minnesota, North and South Dakota, Montana, and even small parts of what are today the Canadian provinces of Alberta and Saskatchewan. Of course, France didn't actually control most of that land, apart from the port city of New Orleans and its immediate environs. What Washington bought was the right to take the rest of that vast area from the native peoples who lived there, whether by treaty, population transfers, or wars of conquest and extermination. The first objective of that deal was to settle land on which to expand the already hugely lucrative cotton business, that economic engine of early American history fueled, of course, by slave labor. It then supplied raw materials to the rapidly industrializing textile industry of England, which drove that country's own imperial expansion. U.S. territorial expansion continued as in 1819, Florida was acquired from Spain, and in 1845, Texas was forcibly annexed from Mexico, as well as various parts of California a year later. All of those acquisitions accorded with what newspaper editor John O'Sullivan would soon call the country's manifest, that is, clear and obvious, destiny to control the entire continent. Eventually, such expansionism escaped even those continental borders, as the country went on to gobble up the Philippines, Hawaii, the Panama Canal Zone, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, and the Mariana Islands, the last 5 of which remain U.S. territories to this day. Inhabitants of the nation's capital, where I grew up, were only partly right when we used to refer to Washington, D.C. as the last colony. Thank you for watching my video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe for more videos like this one. I hope to see you in the comments. Take care.